Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to our first in, well, we'll see how often we do these, but a BESM Worlds anime short shots, basically short RP. For those of you that aren't familiar with BESM, it is a role-playing game system all about being very, well, anime. It's big eyes, small mouth, small. So what we're doing is we're going to be doing some sort of one-shots, maybe two-shots, based upon various anime. So this week here we have Fullmetal Alchemist, as you see below. I included here, for those of you new to BESM, some of the basic rules I gave to everyone for making their characters. So thank you, everyone. So as of usual, I am your GM Tantus Naravan Dracovin, but let's introduce our various players here and their characters that we'll be playing with today. So why don't we start to my side here. Wyrm. Again, it's me for me, so I feel like I want to go.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I am Wyrm, and I am. Yeah, I'm playing a. Oh right, yeah. So I'm playing a character. What did I name him again? Alvar Personin, or Personin. Sorry, not person. There's no R.
Yes,
brain.
That was great for a second there. I was like Personin.
Personin.
First initial A, last name person.
A
Wish I did that. Honestly, I did like random. I just did like name searches on like. Anyway, but yeah, Alvar Personin. He is a sniper who got into alchemy in part because he modifies his. He basically modifies his ammunition with alchemy to cause different effects.
Mm-hmm. All right, and further off to that side, of course, is Tiv.
I'm Tiv, and I'm playing is named Zeke Confer, 29, 6'5", very short blonde hair. We decided that apparently he is the cousin of the Armstrong family.
Because you basically built an Armstrong without thinking about it.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it. Just like, I'm going to make a punch character. Hell yeah. And,
a blonde, large character.
Yeah.
Well, I made him blonde because I usually make either white or black hair characters. I want to do something different. And it was Armstrong family. And he pretty much has tried to get to be a state alchemist a few times, but he had failed because he has issues performing alchemy in the middle of combat. He has issues like drawing out the circles and everything, making sure everything's perfect. So he decided that he was going to mod his own body, and so now he's super fucking buff, decently smart, but mostly buff all the time.
Cool. So we are taking place, if you are familiar anything with Fullmetal Alchemist, we are taking place during the reign of Fuhrer Bradley. So we're not going to tell you the exact time period, but this will be, before the series ended. So it could be happening a little bit before then, a little after then, and this will be the Ishvalan conflict. So we're past the Ishvalans. Everything bad that happened there has been done. Your characters may or may not have been involved in that. It's up to you. Your characters have been in the military and have just become state alchemists. So you've been in Central. Both of you could have done whatever celebration or what you want to do to celebrate the fact that you've just both passed the test to become state alchemists. A couple probably go by where you'll be left to your own devices. And then a messenger will come for each of you individually with a kind of summons from you, a military messenger, of course. You are to meet in a day's time in the office of Brigadier General Marcus Prescott. He has something to discuss with you. Both of you, as I said previously, have had military experience before becoming state alchemists, so it's a newfound freedom for you in a way. Now that you're a government scientist instead of a government soldier, but you still had that military soldier mentality. So do either of you do anything to prepare for this, or anything that you are doing to represent the fact a general is general for you?
Take a nap.
That's probably a good call.
I probably spend some time, taking a shower, making myself look all nice.
All right. So the next day will come, and both of you will arrive in the offices of the general. Each of you will arrive separately. I don't know which one of you was probably more punctual than the rest. One of you will probably.
Based on he said, I'm probably more punctual.
Okay, so you're probably there first, waiting a little while. Probably not too long before Zeke shows up. The two of you more than likely aren't probably going to sit near each other. Probably just going to sit different aisles there, and you will be actually called upon together. The doors to the office will open up. The soldier that basically called upon you will dismiss himself, and you kind of see the general is kind of sitting, looking out the window. As you can see, he's kind of like smoking a cigar, and he'll kind of turn around to kind of look at you. He's an older man, kind of with a grayish hair, a very white beard, kind of got a large cigar he's smoking. He's like, gentlemen, congratulations on your promotions or your inclusion as being state alchemists. I'm afraid, though, that I have some, unusual circumstance for you. You see, you two here are specialists that I could use. Both of you are familiar with the way that military works, and I'm in need of a couple of specialists like yourself to work for me. See, there are still problems across this country, small fires, if you will, that the Fuhrer would like put out. And of course, though, we don't want to send in the big guns all the time. We don't want to alert all the rest of the people that might be unhappy about using a gun where a knife will do. And that's where a couple of former soldier boys, now alchemists, who could travel and for their research in the name of the state, easily come in handy. Now, I know you two maybe not like this, but you will still get a level of the freedom that you were going to get. Just go where I want, and you can do your research where you get there. Work for the two of you?
Yes, sir.
And you?
Sure.
Excellent.
My character is standing up straight,
Yes.
very, very much in proper position.
Yes. Well, look, I'm going to be sending you to the south. That's where your mission is. You can head towards South City. Now, I know there's a conflict going on down there, but I'm not sending you for the conflicts. No, Erego will be taken care of by the members down there. The military's taking a good job at this point in time. No, there's something strange going on to the east of South City. Outside of a small town, Resit, there's a small village where they talk of some bandit types. Now, this doesn't seem like much of a trouble, but apparently winnings over some hearts and minds in the town there by being bandits on other travelers. And rumors are of it that Erego is sending equipment to them. Now, this doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're not familiar, when during the Ishvalan concept, they sent materials to the Ishvalans. Is they trying to attempt another civil war in our own midst? We don't want that. So that's what you're going to find out. You're going to find out who's supplying them. The bandits themselves, if you have to take care of them, you have to take care of them. But they, there's stuff in the works to eliminate them from the area. I'm more wanting to know their contacts, perhaps eliminating their contacts, seeing who else might be in the area, and seeing who in the city might be, connected with them. And if so, removing them from the picture also. If you can, in a way that seems like more natural than anything. But if not, you could always blame those bandits. You understand your mission?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Yep.
Head to the South City. You'll meet with Colonel Sebastian Mance down there. He'll have some more information for you and supply you with a vehicle that you can use to travel out that direction. Do me proud, gentlemen. Do me proud.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
I turn and walk out.
okay. Are you two introducing each other talking to each other at all about who you are and anything?
I figure we'll talk to each other on the train.
Yeah.
That was my assumption as a player.
Yeah. Okay. A train will be leaving for south. You can probably get one later on today or literally tomorrow morning.
I'm going to stand in front of a general and start having small talk.
I mean, you could, but no. I that's fine by me. Perfect sense. All right. So you'll leave the general's office. You'll head outside. The secretary for the general will come up to you and hand you a pair of tickets and say, I have a pair of tickets for you for the train for tomorrow morning. If you wish to take an earlier one, you could talk to someone. We should have some people around the train station. You could always arrange to get an earlier one because of your positions, sir.
Thank you.
If you would, sir. He'll salute, and head off.
I'll salute back, and then I'll... my demeanor definitely changes a little bit to more casual as I walk out of the building. And prepare to and start packing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the opposite. As soon as I get into public eye, I stand up straighter, act more proper.
That's actually great. Public opinion? Work opinion. Both have
The
different
military
focuses.
has known me their entire lives. My family was okay with me being a little slouched. But as soon as I get in public eye, I have to be a good guy.
I like your two personas. That they're opposite. That's wonderful.
Well, not opposite, just more our, I guess, demeanors are opposite.
Your demeanors switch when it comes to the opposite things. So it's sort of like, with one side you're the one way and the other side you're the other. That's great. All right. So each of you will pack up on your own, prepare for yourselves, and the next morning you'll easily be able to catch the train to South City. It will be a short, I wouldn't call it a short ride. I don't know exactly how long the ride is in there, but it'll last a little bit time period. Big country, trains, it's just a steam locomotive, so it's not like super fast travel still, but you'll probably get there by the end of the day.
Wyrm, you would probably notice that I get there exactly on time for things. Not late, not early, just at the time. So right when boarding started happening, I showed up walking through probably a few news reporters and stuff like that. And you probably remember that as soon as it hit 9:30, we'll say the meeting was, I showed up in the building.
Yeah.
How do each of you dress? Are you in your
I dress
casual or military garb?
I dress casual because he talked about being discreet. So I am not wearing my military uniform. Obviously I have the alchemy pocket, that pocket watch. It's what is it? The Academy pocket watch or whatever that thing is.
The symbol of your state alchemy. Yes.
Yeah. Basically so for proof, obviously, if something comes up, but otherwise I am trying to remain more discreet. Oh, also my character has a automail leg.
Okay.
Left leg.
Okay.
I pretty much am wearing camo pants, boots, plain white shirt.
Okay.
I'm not very discreet with my size.
No. You're casual big guy is what we like to call that.
Yeah. Exactly.
The two of you are each escorted to your own cabin, of course, where you don't seem to be sharing it with anybody as the train begins to leave. It's up to you how much you want to talk to each other during the course of the train ride. If you guys want to give me a summary of kind of things you discuss over the course of it and how much you talk about.
Yeah, I'll be like, so you seemed kind of casual uh, in the officer's uh, presence yesterday.
Known most of them my entire life.
Fair. Yes, I'm still trying to move up as much as I can.
Zeke Confer, relative of the Armstrong family.
Alvar Pisonin. Um. Well, no. Of no family that you would know.
Specialization.
Right.
I'll say unarmed combat. I always did wonder, though, if I got a gun like you have, how much gunpowder would I pack into the bullet?
It makes things very greatly. Could I start going to gun detail?
You can learn a thing or two about guns.
Yay! I was not expecting an actual answer. You'll slowly see the life drain from my face.
Wonderful.
Ow. Ow. Sorry. Interrupted. Tiny cat. Alright, so the trip to South City is, except for your conversations, relatively uneventful. You will probably have a time in the dining car for a little bit to get some food, but otherwise you will arrive in the evening, I'm going to say, in South. You do not seem to have arranged for some place to stay, or no, the general had not arranged for a place for you to stay. You are to meet with the Colonel Mance, but the exact timing also is not described to you. Granted, it's getting to be evening, so more than likely whatever office he has in the city is probably closed, or going to be closed soon. So, up to you if you want to try to reach him now or go in the morning.
My thoughts are to go. Right around closing, I guess. I don't know. I think that's fine.
So two of you are going to try to. So you're going to try to go to the meet with the colonel right away.
Yeah, but I will discuss that with you as we're working together. Just rather go in the morning or now.
We'd have to hurry. How fast can you move?
Decently.
All right, we'll see. And I pretty much pick up like my one suitcase and start moving.
Okay. You can pretty much, double time it very easily to the main headquarters here in South City. And kind of asking around, you will be able to find your way to Colonel Mance's offices, where his division is. It seems like the place is very empty, and you can see kind of like a younger man, probably in his mid-20s, is kind of like cleaning up some stuff, like picking up a few things that looks like he's gathering himself together. He seems to be the only one in the office right now.
Okay. Sir, we are reporting for assignment.
Oh yes, hello. He'll kind of like salute, like putting some things down that like he had his arms full of stuff, He'll be like, I wasn't expecting you till tomorrow, actually. Punctual. That's good. Look, why don't we drop the formality for a minute, and I'm going to be off duty shortly. Why don't we go and I can discuss a little bit of this with some drinks.
Very well, sir.
Not sir right now. Just minutes.
Yeah.
You're not part of my division, so.
Yeah. Yes. I like almost stumble us out like. how to address someone without using sir.
I hope you got a big tab, Mance.
With my division, I do. But that's besides the point. Come now, I know the best place to get a drink. Do you have a place to stay?
We are not assigned one, no.
You really have to drop some of the formality, kid. I take it you were, military before alchemists, eh?
Yes.
Well, until you get a formal assignment like, mine here, you're probably not going to have to deal with a lot of those sirs. And there aren't a lot of people above you. Come on.
Believe it or not, they're people too.
True. Anyway. He's going to lead you to some kind of, like, I best describe it a hole-in-the-wall bar. The dancing ponies.
I can make it a hole in the wall.
I know you can. And he'll get some stout local beers, basically, for you guys. You know, he's like, local service. Be glad you're not down here for any action. My division doesn't get a lot around here. We're in charge of maintaining order from Central here, from the South City here. So, don't get a lot of chances to rush off into the war zone, but probably for the best. They don't call on us alchemists to do that much at this point. The battle's going too well. Then again, by the battle going well, it's more and more bodies. But what? That's something to drink too. Anyway, enough of my depression. So, gentlemen, the general's tasked you with some things, eh?
Yes, we are here to...
That old coot.
Just say yes. I kind of look at you and
that old
sigh.
coot knows how to manipulate a man. Just be careful with him. He's got your claws in you now, but if he gets those little hook ends in you, you'll never get away from him. Trust me. Anyway, so, gentlemen, I will have to get a vehicle for you. I was going to have it ready for you tomorrow. It's a pretty simple, unmarked vehicle. I assume one of you can probably drive it, hopefully.
Yes.
You'll head to Resit. From there, about an hour outside of Resit to the northwest is a small town, Evanston. You're going to have to go there. That's where everything's happening. You're going to have about a week. With the war going on, it's not easy to organize large-scale military force. And getting even a small group together to take out these bandits is going to take a little while. Granted, crushing them now will be effective, but it seems like your job is to make sure there's no dirty loose ends when we take care of them. This is more of a police action within our borders to a group that the local authorities can't handle. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're going under right now. So, one of my men will be accompanying him just in case there's any kind of trouble, but hopefully there will not be. And you will be in the area in case there is some trouble. You understand me? So finish up what you're doing. When we arrive, offer assistance to our men if they need it, and you will report on anything at that point in time. It will look like you came there for research by chance, and when the military shows up, well, as a fellow dog of the military, he raises the grass, you are ready to do the bidding of it. And he'll chug down his beer on that one. Another round, gents?
Sure.
Excellent.
Why not?
He'll go and get some more. Are you saying anything while he's away?
I like turn to you and go, is everyone higher up this casual?
You'd be surprised. And then there's people like my aunt. don't go to the north.
Very well.
Gentlemen, he kind of puts down another round. Look, just do your job right, and maybe the brigadier will be, general will be happy, brigadier general, and maybe he'll leave you alone. Or he'll have more missions for you, and then you'll just have to, well, deal with it as best you can. Anyway, to the glory of the Fjord and the glory of Mistress. That's what kind of like toast to you guys. And chug down again. And then kind of put down the glass and say, like, he'll, there's an inn about 2 blocks down that way. Should be a great place for you to stay. I'll have someone come and meet you in the morning with your vehicle. If you excuse me, gentlemen.
Thank you.
I have a home to get to. I have a wife to see. As he'll take his leave.
I nod at him leaving.
Mm-hmm. So you two, like, what are you doing now that he's gone in the bar? You're in a kind of hole-in-the-wall, fairly rowdy bar. You can see that it looks like there's a number of, like, civilians here, and there's a couple of soldiers still in uniform that are, like, drinking, probably off hours, too. There's, like, some, probably, like, some very, like, some military paraphernalia on one wall. It looks like there's some, like, sporting paraphernalia on another wall, you know, kind of thing. So, of the local teams to the South City.
Yeah. And once he leaves, you notice my body, like, relax subconsciously, almost as if, you know, I'm not, you know, sitting up as straight. And...
You know, not everything is military protocol.
I guess I've been doing this for too long.
How old are you?
27.
I'm older than you. Relax.
Well, even so, I've been in the military most of my life, so...
Same.
I mean, I guess we came about it in different ways, though.
I guess I have a familiarity with officers. And I thought you said you could run fast.
Apparently not as fast as you.
That was practically a jog for me.
Well, I'm faster than most people.
Mm,
And I move lightly, too.
I'll give you that one.
Hey, you'll enjoy your drinks for a little while longer. Do either of you get any more drinks, or you just stick with the 2 that he got you?
I just stick with the 2.
Okay. Zeke? Any extra?
I probably get a couple more, but I'm double the size of most people, so...
Yes. Yes, you are. Very accurate. Alright, so, you will definitely be able to find the small inn nearby. There doesn't seem to be, like, an actual, like, name or title anywhere that you can notice. It just is sort of like, it looks almost like a home with a small welcome sign on it, and it takes you like a minute to realize that this is probably the inn he was talking about. You will go inside, and a woman will meet you there, get you some rooms, get you in for the night. Morning will come quite quickly. Both of you will you know, you'll have that, you know, you drank a little, but you're not like, you didn't drink too much, so you definitely, you know, kind of get up fine. You know, no real problems, we'll say. So with morning coming, you will then be able to easily get up for breakfast, and there'll be a small kind of like breakfast for you downstairs in this kind of like small dining nook, I'll call it. Served by the lady. She'll have like some hard-boiled eggs, some various kind of like meats, cheeses, and breads, and kind of things like that. You know, probably some like dried kind of like a kind of grain cereal or something. You know, something more like an oatmeal except cold.
Yeah.
If possible, I would like pay her to bring me a lot more.
Okay. Yeah, she can bring you a whole bunch more.
Okay, good.
So, alright, you will have a big hearty meal then. And about what would probably be equivalent to like 8:30 in the morning, there will be someone that will come in through the front door. And we'll kind of be looking around, and we'll kind of like look over at you folks and be like, "Oh, gentlemen, hello. I'm here to deliver a vehicle for you to use."
You did say you can drive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes.
That's us.
Oh, excellent. Well, here are your keys. You have a full tank. Good luck on your journeys. As he'll kind of salute and leave.
This is going just about as smooth as ever. Have you ever actually killed anyone?
Yes.
At least we don't have to deal with that problem.
Well, it is a the vehicle itself that's outside is like a kind of like probably a best described as would have been a like decommissioned Jeep, you know, something a little.
Thank God it's a Jeep.
Yeah, it's like a little beat up. It's like a little like rat-tat. It looks like, you know, probably had been used by the military. Probably like, you know, something that they couldn't fix up much anymore and kind of sold off. You know, would have sold off to like private people if need be. You know, private drivers. Not that there's a huge amount of vehicles, but
well, I'm just glad it's a Jeep. I can't fit into other cars.
Well, you could fit. It just would not be comfortable. Alright. So, you are heading out to, I guess, at least to Resit for now? Is the next
Yeah.
big city?
Yeah.
Down
Throw
the
my
road?
stuff in the trunk, get in the back seat, and just take up the entire thing, kind of leaning to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll get in the, you know, and I'll drive, and I actually place a kind of like a square case that you've noticed me carrying everywhere, like even into the bar and everything. I have this square case, which I set next to me.
It looks like very much like you've got like a music instrument that you just carry everywhere.
No, this is like one of those like you can quickly assemble sniper rifle things where
okay.
it's like in a square box to be more inconspicuous.
Ah, got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I get you.
As soon as you start up the Jeep from the back, you just hear, "Chauffeur to Resit."
I just start the car without saying anything. That's right.
Alright, the ride to Resit is a pretty uneventful one. You're going down I wouldn't call it like a major road, but it is very much more a dirt road. So you like, you know, pass by some people with wagons and horses. There's some like farmland around. You can see, even around this era, you can see some signs of the conflict, though, occasionally. As, you know, the war with Eruga has been going on for quite some time. So there's definitely been like times where they've managed to push north a bunch. but more oftentimes your glorious military has kept them at bay and or taken over territory from them. So, the usual. It is a couple hours drive to Resit. It's a kind of, it's another city, Resit is, but it's a much more smaller city. So it's definitely not like the massive city of Central, or even South City was like a big old capital of the territory. This is definitely just like a small city in amongst a lot of smaller villages. There doesn't seem to be a lot of business going on currently. It seems like by the time you're arriving now, whatever kind of market they had open, like in an area, has closed up. There's some shops though that are running. Probably a good place to get some lunch if you wanted to pick it up here, or you could keep going and wait. You guys' choice if you want to stick by here for a little bit, get some food, or head on to Evenson.
Well, I mean, I think it's best to continue onwards to where we're trying to go.
Works for me.
Alright.
Never hurts to get to some place early and scope things out.
We don't have a deadline. It's hard to be early.
Fair. But even so, every moment we waste is another life that could be lost.
Or one that could be saved.
Alright, so you then head out, heading to the northwest on one of the kind of more minor roads. So this is definitely a, before it was kind of like a used, kind of pretty well maintained, more dirt road than anything, this is just like more backwaters dirt road, probably more made for wagons, though your car is doing an okay job. It's still like, really bumpy, slow going, probably still slightly faster than a horse kind of thing, but like Zeke, you definitely get the feeling like I could walk faster than this kind of thing, Oh
yeah, I could be going faster, but I'm relaxing in the back.
Mm-hmm. So, you will kind of head along, and it will get pretty close to evening by the time you're actually arriving. By an hour outside, they meant like an hour by decent car driving. This was a couple of hours, with the windy roads and terrible roads, kind of like it ended up being much longer than you thought it would be, kind of thing. But still, you will manage to arrive fairly well on time, with the evening time coming. Evanston is a very small farming village, I would say. It's got a kind of the road kind of leads into a central kind of thoroughfare. It almost is very crossroads, so it is like the two roads crossing each other. It's got a number of small huts in places. You can see there's like a small inn here. The actual road inside the town is cobbled, at least, so it's a little smoother of a ride when your car gets in there finally, your Jeep. You do get some looks already. The fact is like, oh, there's a car driving into town. They don't see many of those, That's a couple of people in a Jeep, driving in. They don't look military kind of thing, The small inn here is the, the Two Hawks. So, Two Hawks Inn. And it is kind of like positioned itself towards the center of the town, in which there's this kind of like statue in the center of town, in this kind of like town square, where you can see there's some areas where people would set up like stalls and stuff for like a morning market kind of thing. Now everything's just sort of cleared out. There's a place you could probably kind of park your vehicle, though it is still like sort of in the street. Not that there's any better parking for it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And you will arrive at the inn. So what are you guys doing now that you've arrived in town, and to the only inn in town? You're kind of standing outside it, and you definitely can see like there's some people walking by, and they give you like looks. You know, they're like looking over at you. It doesn't seem like, you know, like it's like more that kind of curiosity of like, huh.
So. I guess there's the question of, so we're here to figure out things about potential weapon smuggling from Ergo.
Yeah. Potential weapon smuggling to the bandits, and with maybe trying to fuel them to become more than just bandits, and maybe even like a revolution.
Rebels.
Yeah. You also are supposed to try to find out, you know, if there's any sympathizers in town that could be a dangerous element, should they be taken out? You know, like, oh, these bandits that have done nice things for us particularly in the town, were taken out by the military. They don't want to support us, kind of thing, you know. So.
Yeah.
We have a few options. Watch the town, see who comes and goes. We can leave and try to be picked up by the bandits and see who comes and goes. You know, look for general dissenters and things like that.
I think we should stick here for at least a day. Kind of say that we're, figured this is a good place to rest till we move on to our destination. Big about it. In family, blah, blah, blah. And if we don't figure out anything in a short period of time, we could then try maybe moving onwards and just seeing if we can run into the bandits.
Kind of disappointed they didn't attack us on the road.
That would have been too easy.
Of course. Well, might as well check in.
Yes, let's.
You'll kind of enter into the inn, and it's got sort of like a small... It looks like it probably would have been more of a bar back in the day, but, you know, now it's sort of like a small drinking area, sort of like dinner area with some tables and stuff. It looks a little bit nicer than a bar at this point in time, but, you know, it's definitely a remnant of the, you know, much older time period where probably would have been, you know, bar under the inn. There's a man sort of behind a desk nearby to it. Like, you see the place is, like, pretty empty except for, like, a couple of what you guess would be locals, like, enjoying a drink and chatting, you know. Not many. There is a man, though, behind, like, a desk, which you assume is the check-in desk. He kind of, like, turns, like, hello, welcome, strangers, visitors to the town. Welcome as the representation, I guess, of, Everson, to our small town. What can I do for you? A room?
Yes, a room for the night.
Oh, okay, excellent. All right, let me get one. Do you one together or two separate rooms?
We could do together, I guess.
All right, then.
Doesn't matter.
All right, I'll get the room together, too. He kind of, like, pulls out a booklet, you know, kind of writes some stuff down, pulls out a key, kind of hands it to you. There you go, gentlemen. And name's Thomas. If you need anything, come and get me. We do have some, you know, various things we can provide for you. The rooms should have some water, hot and cold. We're pretty good out here. So you can see we got the, you know, we're not really out in the boondocks here. He kind of makes like a chuckle, you know. Got all the best modern fixins. So if you need anything, just let me know. And if you need any kind of dinner, late night, whatever, just stop on by and I can help you out. Old Mrs. in the kitchen, and you know, I can always grab you a drink if you need something.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Curious, are there any fun local sites to see, places to visit?
Oh, let's see here. There's an old fort up on the hill to the north. I mean, no one really visits there, but if you're looking to like into things like old things around the area, that might be something. There's always the statue outside representing our town's founder. Been there for quite some time. Great local hero. Helped carve out this area. Said to have been a not sure how much it is, but how much true it is, but people say that he was a relative of the Fiora's family from distant relative, and that's why our town was it's been treated as special as it has by the military and all. Central.
Interesting.
Yes. I think if you're looking to read something, our town does have a pretty old library, oldest one in the area, next to town hall. You'd have to ask the mayor for permission to see that one. I mean, I'm not sure what else there is to see in the area. Off the top of my head.
Any places we should stay away from?
Oh, well, I mean, you probably won't have much trouble, but you seem like nice folks. Don't head out west of the town. Just be careful if you head out that way. There's some unscrupulous people that live out that way. They leave the town well enough alone, but travelers out that way, I would not feel safe to do. Just saying,
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. No. Mm-hmm.
And is this the only bar in town, or?
Yes and no. Unfortunately for visitors such as yourself, it's probably the only place you can go to. There is a couple of folk who does run a small establishment, but they only serve to locals. If you get to know them, hang around for a while, they might let you in, but I don't know how long you're planning on staying in town.
Thanks for the information.
Thank you.
Sure. He'll kind of get back to his whatever work he was doing before, and I guess you two will go up to your rooms. These are definitely much smaller than the rooms you had in South City, but they're not bad rooms. They have like a kind of it has like a kind of small bathroomy area that's mostly cut off from the rest of the room. A double bed, like some dressers, kind of things like that. A small closet, Definitely has some, indoor plumbing. So.
Yeah. One of those things where it's like you go to the hotel and they have a bunch of places to put your clothes, but whoever uses those drawers, you just live out of the suitcase.
Yeah, it's like who uses these drawers? I know that. You're never in a hotel long enough to feel the need to use the drawer. Well, I guess unless you're really spending a long time, you just don't feel the need to use the drawers.
Yeah, but if you're spending that long, it's almost like... Well, I mean, I guess there are sometimes a reason to stay for like a month, but it's not long enough to...
I mean, a week I might put it in there, but we're digressing from the fact that you're probably not going to be putting anything in the drawers anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it is a like I guess a queen size bed that the two of you can share. Though one of you is
the floor.
Okay. I was gonna say one of you is much larger than the other and problem fitting. All right.
Very well.
So, I guess, are you going to go downstairs, get anything to eat or anything like that? I mean, it has been like all day since you've gotten anything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll probably do some of that.
Okay. When you get down there, you'll have this nice woman seems about the same age as Thomas, will sort of serve you some food. She'll just kind of bring out this kind of like nice stew and some breads and stuff. without saying anything, as soon as you kind of sit down, she just kind of brings it out. You can see that there's like 3 other men that are seemingly talking nearby to you. They seem to be chatting about something that you're not quite picking up at the moment, keeping to themselves. After a little while, like, Thomas will seemingly break off from whatever he's doing behind the desk, come over to like the little bar area, pour some like local mugs of beer and kind of deliver it to you, and said like, gentlemen, if you need anything else to drink, just let me know. These are, of course, complimentary with your meals.
Can I have milk instead, please?
Oh, all right. He'll try to take the beer, take it with him, and then he'll kind of yell back for his wife to bring him milk to you, and she'll bring him milk.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. So he'll kind of
While
sit
they're
down.
gone, I'm gonna like take a second, like sniff the milk, or sniff that's not milk, the beer.
It's a kind of light beer, we'll call it. So it seems pretty decent.
I'm more paranoid about poison, but
you don't detect any kind of weird sour notes or anything from it, so.
Yeah. Okay, I'll nurse it then.
It's a pretty decent beer.
I'm gonna be trying to listen in on the 3 guys.
Okay. Let's
If possible.
see here. Let's have you roll me some kind of check then. Let's say roll me a mind check. I don't know if there's a perception skill off the top of my head. Quickly.
There are abilities to heighten it, but not
Directly.
Yeah.
Okay.
12.
12? Alright, yeah. You can hear some of their talking. Just to give a gist of their conversation, for a little bit they seem to be talking about, some of the local harvests, how they're doing. There seems to be some problems with the harvests, and some complaining for a while. And then one of them brings up, that the Friends of the Village will probably help them out if everything goes wrong. And then one of them will kind of offer a small complaint about the Friends having to help them out. Seemingly like disliking the fact that it has to be done, and the other's like, look, they have to do what they have to do, and we have to do what we have to do to survive. No one else is coming out here help out, so I guess they're better than the folks in Central.
Yeah, while he's listening to that, I was gonna try and listen in on see if if I can hear what's happening in the kitchen, if they're talking about anything.
Alright, sure. You can roll me a mind check too, we'll say. Alright.
Nice.
Oh, I actually got a 12.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So, you'll be discussing for a little while. Like, you'll hear, like, the wife and husband talking for a short while. One of them will sort of, it seems like gist of their conversation is that the wife is nervous about people outside of town, just randomly here, strangely enough. It seems that they are worried about something going on. You can't pick up exactly that they're worried about. But Thomas seems to reassure her that, look, these folks are just travelers. We don't have to worry about anything. Nothing should go wrong. Nothing should go wrong, period. We should be fine. We're here to just keep the inn going, keep the locals happy, keep our friends happy, keep us happy, keep our guests happy. If something's going wrong, we'll worry about it then. We'll keep our heads down. That's all we can do. They're just travelers. Any kind of stories they bring back will be good stories about that, and we're going to make sure of that. We don't want them to know if there's any kind of trouble in town, ever. So let's just live with it. And then he'll come out with your milk, kind of deliver it to you, and be like, to Zeke's milk, and like, here you go, sir. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Oh, do people come into your bar, like, to hang out a lot at night, I guess?
Oh,
just
a couple
small gathering, hang out.
A couple of the locals like to stop by here and hang out. it's a little less crowded than the locals establishment. That's you're gonna have some rowdiness.
Of course.
The farmers getting off and stuff like that, and the shopkeeps. If you just want like a quiet kind of time, that's where my establishment's all for. Nice like quiet evening. Enjoy some drinks and food. I'm probably the closest thing to a dining establishment in town that you're going to get.
I see. Believe it or not, I like to be social.
Then you probably should introduce yourself. I can. It's the mayor's cousin. So if you go through the mayor, you might be able to introduce him. He's the one that runs the small local establishment. So if you want to, Mayor Krantz, if you want to maybe go through him, you might be able to make some establishments. If you're going to be here for a little while, if you're just, I don't know, just again, if you need any more nights, just let me know. We can renew yourself.
Yeah, we're playing it by ear. We're just been traveling for a while. Before we head on to visit some relatives.
All right. Sounds good. Well, enjoy yourselves. If you need anything else, just let me or me Mrs. know.
Will do.
Very well.
He'll then move himself back to the desk area and seemingly get back to whatever work he's been working on. Unless you're going to say something, you will enjoy your meals. Unless you want to talk amongst yourself, sort of thing,
I'd probably wait till we're in our room to talk.
Okay. All right. You will then, of course, kind of enjoy the rest of your meals. It's actually a really nice, kind of hearty rustic stew. Seems to have some kind of either beef or maybe some kind of wild meat. You're not quite sure if it's wild game or not because it has been cooked down well with some local kind of spices and some root vegetables. Some potatoes, carrots, that kind of thing. So. The men around you that were kind of in their little like huddle will leave before you're done. They will head out, say goodnight to Thomas, and seemingly dismiss themselves. So everything kind of gets quiet for a little while. You'll notice that Thomas is kind of like watching the door. When it gets about pretty like late though, you're gonna say like maybe around 10 or 11. He'll move over and lock the door, and he'll let you guys know. He'll be like, gentlemen, if you need to step out for any reason, just come and contact me. I'm going to be settling in for the night myself. We can arrange for something if you need to head out late at night or something like that. So
very well.
I do enjoy my moonlight walks.
Well, if you need to make one, just let me know.
Will do.
Night, he'll kind of turn and leave, and seemingly head to this like back room kind of area.
IRL, walking at night, way better than walking during the day.
100%.
All right. You'll enjoy the rest of your dinner. The wife will come and pick up your dishes. She'll then seemingly kind of shut down whatever's in the kitchen and head to bed herself, leaving you two to sort of sit in the kind of bar area to nurse the rest of your drinks. Seemingly probably to be cleaned up in the morning if you want to leave them there, or if you want to put them on the bar. Up to you.
I finished mine up and I
stack them,
probably
put them on the bar.
Yeah. I only had that one,
Yeah. Yep. All right. You'll head up to your rooms. And it is now very quiet out. You definitely can get the sense that you're in no longer any kind of big city. You get that kind of like, quiet, quaint, small town, farm kind of area. It's just like night, maybe with some like, night birds or something going on, some little noises in the background. Kind of out the window.
Is he in like upstairs or?
Yeah. He had seemingly the room downstairs. The inn's about 3 floors. It seems like there's a couple of rooms on every floor. You didn't notice if any others were occupied, but your room is definitely on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
If you're going to position it, I would position it actually right above his room. Or at least the room he entered into where him and the missus were.
Kind of looks out the window, looking down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could get back in quietly.
I probably could.
I mean, I'm pretty good at climbing. I'm pretty good at jumping. Doing those things quietly with my size is not easy.
Fair. The question is, so I overheard them talking. You know, I'm in a hushed voice now. Apparently they, know something's going on in town. Don't want us finding out about it.
So did the people at the table near us. Saying their friends will take care of things because Central won't.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll take a look around in the morning.
Alright, then if
About some sights.
Indeed.
Sights.
Check out some sites that are local. What fine but rustic architecture they have around here. Anyway.
I don't understand why they'd put us below or above their room, considering I'm huge, and I don't know if you've ever lived below someone in apartments. It is not a pleasant thing. For like 120-pound chick can make a lot of noise from just walking.
Yeah, well, it does kind of depend, though, if they're trying to keep an eye on us.
Yeah. Just saying, 240 with boots.
Anyway, so you will enjoy your nights. It is, again, not a terrible place to stay. The floor wasn't bad. I mean, it's just like a hardwood floor anyway. There's like no kind of carpeting. The bed was fine too. You'll wake up in the morning relatively refreshed. Kind of with the morning sun kind of coming in the window, and it sounds like there's some activity downstairs. It feels like it's pretty early, and when you check the time, it's like probably like 6:30 in the morning. So it's like you got some like dawn of the sun just beginning to come up kind of thing.
We're probably used to waking up this early.
Probably.
Yeah, seriously, we're in the military.
You were probably like, there's probably this thought to yourselves of like, wasn't I beyond this?
Here I thought I could wake up at 7.
7. The dream was real.
It's probably farmers getting breakfast. Might as well join them.
Yep. That seems to be exactly what it is. There seems to be a small group of farmers, probably about...
I'm also going to say you wake up to my character doing push-ups on the floor.
Mm-hmm. There's probably about slightly less than a dozen farmers. Some of them in here are just seemingly picking up something to take with them to a breakfast, probably get to work. A couple of them are sitting down to dine in. Thomas will kind of greet you as he's running around, getting drinks for everybody. Some of them are getting kind of like a little bit of like watered down ale for the morning, or beer for the morning. Others are getting like, various things like milk or, just some water. It seems to be a variety of different kinds of drinks he's putting together. A couple of sit-in ones are kind of sitting around the table. One of them, this older man, kind of like mentions over to you, travelers, greetings, come, sit down. So you're staying at the inn, eh? What are you gents doing in town?
We were traveling, visit various relatives. Been a while since we stopped in a town, so figured we'd stay a few days.
Excellent, excellent. Welcome to our small town. I run one of the local establishments here. If you go down this, just across the way there, I run the cobbler.
Hmm.
I'm also the town tailor, but I'm not quite as good at that.
Thankfully, my boots hold together well so far. But if I wear them out while I'm here, I'll give you a call.
Just, be warned about your shirt if you need that done.
Hopefully I won't rip out of it.
Hopefully. Anyway, this here is my good friend who runs the local butcher shop. And here is my good friend who runs the mill down in the river to the south.
What kind of mill?
Grain. We have a water mill down on the local stream.
I see. I wasn't sure if it was grain or lumber. Both are good to be near water.
There is a lumber mill, but that's a bit farther back down the road where you came from. You'd have to there's a kind of rough offshoot where you'd have to go if you're looking for that.
Wasn't looking. Just curious.
We're technically the local business establishment, if you would, here. So if you need anything business done, come to one of us, and we'll be able to find whoever can do it. If you need anything.
Thank you.
Linda! Some fresh stuff for the boys here. They need an extra. They're grown big. Thomas's wife kind of comes out.
Big.
Nah, look at this. That's skinny right there. I think you can get bigger, son.
Where does he point? Like my pinky?
He points at your stomach. He points at your stomach. It's like, that's a little too thin there, sonny boy. You got the big up here, but you're not big down there yet. You need some extra. Don't run. Trust me. Then you'll win all the little ladies. The other two are seemingly kind of a little bit of shaking their heads at him, from that. And then Thomas's wife brings over what looks to be a normal, a kind of breakfast, but then she kind of scoops on some extra things there with some dried meats and stuff like that, some salted stuff, like a salted fish or something too. As she kind of looks towards the older man and Tobias, you need to calm yourself in the morning. The doctor said that you are not as young as you used to be. And, till your grandson returns, you're all we have in that shop there. I know. These people be the death of me, just trying to make me not be the death of me. Well, boys.
You sound like my grandfather.
Excellent. Then I know I'm doing the right thing. So, gentlemen, what's your plans in town? We could put you to work for a couple of days if you need some extra spending money. We could point you in the right direction if you're looking for something. As I said, we three know what's going on around town.
How far away is the fort? That sounded like it was an interesting thing to take a look at.
Oh, the old fort. Yeah, back from the old days. It's about half an hour to the north. There's an old trail. He kind of point towards one of the street, kind of in a direction. Oh, out that way. You can get. It's a little overgrown. So I'm assuming you boys were the ones that came in out there, vehicle out there. I'd go by foot. You're not going to be able to get that vehicle up that trail there.
Hike is always fun.
Yeah, about a half an hour hike to the north. Just be a little careful. It's up on the hill there. Not in the best of shape. It is.
I only get half as tired than most people from walking, I say, as I hit my automail leg.
Ooh, got one of them fancy legs. Nice. I think we only have one person in town with one of them. Who was it? Was that Jezebel? Did Jezebel get one of those? I thought it was Jezebel. He's gonna kind of go off into a weird conversation about who got the automail in the town. Anyway. Small town, can't remember who's all. Too many people in town to remember everything. But you hear the things. Anyway.
Of course.
So, if you need any kind of heavy lifting, carrying, pushing, dragging, things like that, I can help pretty quick.
Oh, you are a big and strong one there. Well, let you know. If we come across something that we need, we'll let you know.
They have no idea.
No, they have no idea. They really don't.
No, I mean, I'm very strong. And just kind of reach over, grab Wyrm's character and just start lifting him up.
Woo,
Put him back
boy.
That
down.
character looks like,
Yeah, there's that. Woo, boy, you a strongin'. You a strongin'. We should probably help out in the mill, move some of the big bags of stuff. Well, you know, if you're around in a couple of days when we're making a big order together for Resit sending the grain off into town, maybe you can help us out.
Wouldn't
you,
be
like-
too much problem.
yeah, and like when you set me down, I'm just look over at you. Please don't do that again.
Run faster next time.
My character will actually laugh at that. Yeah. So after we finish up, I guess we'll my character will pack up with like a backpack and some water, and obviously in the backpack is that
Case.
case.
Well, why don't we take our break here for today, since we started a little later, and I think we still want to go to around 3. So we'll take about a mid-break here. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes, get some water, get some snack, go to the bathroom, and we'll continue as they head up to the fortifications, because they might find something up there. Maybe they won't. Maybe they have to come back to town to find something. We'll determine it.
I mean, you'll determine it.
Shh! They don't know that. Anyway, we'll be back shortly. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.